Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Syed Mahmood. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My full name.
Okay. Can you tell me where you're from?
I'm from Istanbul, Turkey.
All right. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you a few questions about yourself and your surroundings. Let's talk
Mhm.
about what you do. Do you work or are you a student?
I am both studying and working. I'm studying Istanbul University Law School, and I'm working at a chemistry company as an intern.
Okay. Why did you choose law as a subject?
In most aspects of it, I like law, but I think I wanted to take an active part in justice, the applying of justice. I wanted to be a part of it.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in the future with this qualification?
I want to work in the field of international law, maybe maritime law or maritime trade law. I want to get in an international firm in Istanbul
Why do you think you will be better than an average person in this profession?
because I was meant to be for it. Because since middle school, I'm dreaming about this profession. I didn't choose it because my university exam results told me to do. I chose it with a passion, and I like it.
Okay. Why are you taking IELTS now?
I'm taking IELTS because it may be requiring for getting an international firm, or maybe I may want to attend a university for postgraduate degree, so I may need it.
Now, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about traveling. Do you
Mhm.
like to travel?
I like traveling a lot. I'm always planning my next trip, actually.
Great. What are the things you look for in a destination when you decide where to go?
It must be exotic. It mustn't be so cliche or something. It must have a soul. I don't really like to visiting Eiffel Tower or USA. And can I make myself clear? It must have a soul. That's why I like African countries and I like mountain areas and I want to be a part of the local life.
Okay. What do you usually do when you arrive somewhere new?
I am immediately buying a map from a kiosk, from the first kiosk I see. And I am finding the place that I'm staying that I have arranged in advance. And then I'm just heating up in the streets and looking around without any plan.
All right. Do you think younger people benefit differently from traveling than older people?
Yes, they do, in both negative and positive ways. They have a lot of energy and time, but they don't have money as the older persons, and that's why their travels are a little uncomfortable than older people because they're sometimes staying in a coach and finding some train guard to stay at. But older people are kind of looking for more comfort, actually. They're preferring hotels or something.
Okay.
Not like, yeah.
Now, let's move on and talk about languages. What
Okay.
are the languages you know?
I can speak English and I'm intermediate at Italian and Russian.
Okay. Are there other languages spoken in your country?
Yes, of course. Besides Turkish, there are ethnic languages, and actually, my ethnic is also different, and I can speak an ethnic language as well. I just forgot to tell about it.
Okay. Do you like English as a language?
Yes, I do. That's why I could learn it. Because if I had thought it as a homework and as a mission that must be done, I wouldn't learn it.
Now, I'm going to give you a topic. I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you
Okay.
talk, you will have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. Now, at this point, the examiner would usually give you a cue card. Here, I'm just sending it over to you in the message. If you can check your message, please. Have you received it?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
But I have to check again.
Okay, please do.
Okay.
All right, your 1 minute starts now.
Okay.
All
Can
right.
I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Normally, is the paper staying on me while I'm answering? And do I have any time to look at the questions as well with my
Yes,
answers, with my
that's
notes?
correct.
Okay.
You return it once the part 2 of this test is done. Yes.
Okay. I'm
So
starting.
remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you
Yeah.
when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay. The city that I'm going to describe is London. As you also know, it's capital of UK. And I went there with my aunt and my mom. Our aim was having a touristic trip. But I told them, let's go to London. What do you think about it? And they told me just buy the tickets and apply for the visa. Let's go. And we decided to go. When we arrived, there were things that I liked and disliked, of course. And the thing that I liked was it was a real metropole, had a lot of people from different in nationalities. But the thing that I disliked about it, it wasn't a touristical place. I mean, it didn't have any historical places. They were kind of created in later. For example, London Eye was something did in Millennium just to attract some tourists. And attractive places of the city were, as I remember, Trafalgar Square, Big Ben, Leicester Square, Covent Garden, and there were a lot of museums as well. It's a big center of museums in the world. There was London Eye, as I told, and those are the things I remember about. The positive influence I had was there would be countries with so much people from different nationalities as well, because it's not like that in Turkey as I actually. There are only Turkish people here. Just in the last years, it changed. And negative influences is it is too expensive, and I wanted to have a postgraduate degree in London, but I fell in despair because I thought it's too expensive. I won't be able to study here. Blah blah blah. So I was a little sad about it.
Thank you. Now, we've been talking about a big city. I'd like to discuss some more general questions relating to this. What do you think are the advantages and or disadvantages of living in a big city?
I can answer it well because I'm also living in a big city and there are a lot of pros and cons about it. The biggest pros that I can think is you can find a lot of attractions in a city. You are living in that city and you don't have to do anything else to reach it. You can go to concerts, you can go to exhibitions, and even if when you're leaving country, you don't have to do any transfers. The airport is near you because you're in the biggest city in the country. But there are a lot of cons. It tires your body and affects your psychology as well because you have to have a lot of time to travel from your work to your home, and it just harms your psychology a lot. And
Right.
it kills your time.
What changes have you observed in your city in the recent years?
There were a lot of metro lines added because the city needed, and actually it was only 3 metro lines or something, but now it is like 12 metro lines. I hope that we will become like London someday.
Okay.
And it gets more crowded and crowded.
Okay. We've seen an increase in population shift from rural to urban areas in many countries in recent decades. Why do you
Yeah.
think that is?
Because in rural areas, people don't have any chances to work. For example, people are coming from rural areas to urban areas in first place to study, and they're getting graduated from their faculties. And so what? If they go to rural areas, they won't be able to find any job for equivalent in their degree. So they're staying in the urban cities, and the population gets bigger and bigger, and the cities can handle this. Just they can handle this.
Right. Do you think having more cities and fewer villages is good for a country?
No, I think they must be equal and they must have their own attractions. For example, in rural areas, there must be farms and there must be developed agriculture, so that people won't have any difficulties to live on. And as well in urban areas, they can be industries and there can be a lot of other sectors as well. But they must be equal. People want to make agriculture, they do agriculture. And who want to work in big cities, they work in the big cities. But it must be in the same chances.
Okay. Do you think living in Istanbul is a good choice?
Um, yes, actually, because it is a big city and it is a beautiful city, not only a big city. It has sea, it's on two continents, it has a lot of people to meet with. The only problem is in Istanbul, you have to make a life triangle to live. You have to put your home, your school, your work, or your children's school in a little triangle, just only 10 minutes to travel between. So Istanbul is a very good city, but if it's far away, you start dying in your inner life, in your inner body.
Okay. Thank you very much. That is the end of your speaking test.
hmm Thank
All
you.
right. So what I'll do is I'll send you a message. I'll let you know how you performed
Okay.
with a detailed feedback, basically.
Okay, thank you a
All right.
lot.
Thank you very
When
much.
will you be sending it?
Hopefully tonight or maybe tomorrow. Hopefully tonight.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you a
All
lot.
right.
Are
Thank
you
you.
educator or something?
On a part-time basis. Basically, I used to teach IELTS at one point.
Uh-huh.
Now I do something else on a full-time basis, but I teach IELTS online, basically.
Where's your origin?
I'm originally from Bangladesh.
Really?
Yes.
Bondo. Do you know?
Sorry?
There is a word from Bangladesh language. Bondo. It's something like friend.
Yes, Bandhu.
Yeah.
Yes. How do you know that?
Because I traveled to Italy and I had a lot of Bangladesh friends there and they were
Okay.
calling me Bondo.
Okay. My neighbor is Turkish.
Really?
Here in
What's his
London, my
name?
neighbor is Turkish. I've been to Turkey. My wife and I, we visited last year. Yes, we
What's
went to
your
Istanbul.
neighbor's name?
Sorry?
What's your neighbor's name?
My neighbor's name is Bilal.
Yeah.
Bilal,
You're also Muslim, right?
yes, his wife's name is Aisha. They're
Yeah.
from Turkey, yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
which city though, but yeah. But
They came back.
no, I don't know which city they're from, but they're
Ah,
from Turkey. That's
they're
right.
from town.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you a lot.
Right?
Send my love to your
No problem.
wife as
Yes,
well.
yeah. Thank you very much for attending. I'll let you know. Right? Bye.
Bye.
Alaikum salam.